It's the JT Cho Show!
Not there longer.
Banana bread at work, dude? Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
No, that's a hell no.
Oh, sorry.
But banana bread at work?
Hell yeah.
The cops? Hell no, dude.
Fucking pigs. Talking to you, Pepper.
Yeah, only to Pepper. Welcome back to the JT Show after a long hiatus. Cut went on vacation.
Got some of these sweet little Swedish things here.
Yeah, where'd you get those at? Did you go to Sweden?
Little bong store in California. California is kind of fucking lame. They don't have flavored tobacco, so you have to get it from the spots. That's like kind of illegal. They didn't give me a receipt for it, and I paid cash. So
Hilarious.
$10 a can though. It's pretty steep, but I think it's fucking worth it. These things are beefy. 9 milligrams a pop.
Yeah. So Cut was on vacation. I was gonna see if I could get over to Earl's to have him be a guest bearer on our show, but I didn't make it out. Just mostly because I was busy doing stuff here. But now that you're back from your vacation, whose birthday you got?
The best quarterback to play college football in the state of Mississippi, Brett motherfucking Favre.
Brett Favre, dude.
Turns 55 today.
Yeah. Shout out to Brett Favre. He was
Fuck you, Eli Manning.
He was mine as well. I almost, I thought you were gonna pick Gavin Newsom.
No, fuck that guy. He was the one. I saw him right above Brett Favre. I was like, these need to be flip flopped.
Yeah. But Brett Favre, shout out to you. You got Parkinson's. I'm sorry.
Yeah, sorry about that. That might be a little bit of karma though.
Yeah, but I love
You got a dog hair like right on your lip.
I can feel it. Right
Nailed
there.
it.
Yeah.
Nailed it.
But shout out to Brett Favre.
Sorry about it, brother.
We'll just bring him in for the rest of the pod.
Yeah, fuck it. He can be a guest bear.
It's his birthday.
It is his birthday. Might as well throw him in there. This is not a paid advertisement, but it's an advertisement nonetheless.
If I had I'd be like, bring out Brett Favre. I have that one.
Oh, the trophy. There he is.
There he is.
Nice and purty.
Happy birthday, Brett.
Happy birthday, brother.
Man, we don't even have the view counter up right now. It's
Cheers
fine.
to you.
Um,
That's all right. Hey, viewers.
Yeah, what's up? No, we do. It's there. It's just my shoe was in the way, so the zero blends into the nothingness. So it's been like 2 weeks. What's been going on? What do you got? What do you got for our viewers today?
Well, California was sweet. It was super fucking hot the whole time. I don't think it dipped below 90 during the day at all when I was there. It was like on average, I'd say about 95 degrees the whole time. My grandma just moved into an old folk community. Sun City, they got properties all across the U.S. This one just so happens to have a golf course and a clubhouse attached to it. It reminds me of the country club, kind of like bigger than the one here in Jackson. But it's a public course. You can just go out there and play it, and it's $50 afternoon.
That's cool.
So not too bad considering normal prices out there. Like I was paid $30 to go golf at that little shitty course, Antelope Greens, that I used to play at.
Mm-hmm.
But Grandma's course is nice. It's Timber Creek is the name of it in Roseville, California. Didn't shoot very well there. I did beat my personal best by about 11 strokes at the little executive course, which was badass. I was like on fire that day. I was very sober for the entire time because I was golfing with a buddy that likes to drink a lot, and I wanted to make sure we were driving home nice.
Yeah.
But my first my first shot, dude, it was a 145 yard par 3, a little bit downhill. So I took a 9-iron front pin placement, and I was getting more backspin in California than I've ever gotten anywhere.
That's wild.
So I think what it is, I think they're overwatering their greens. So the top part of the green is nice and lush, but if you have a high impact, it dips down into the ground and kicks it back because like underneath it is all mud. So it would like hit the mud and then come back. So it looked like I was putting a bunch of fucking spin on it, which is kind of badass. It made me feel real good. But I landed about 2 feet on the other side of the hole and I spun it back to like 2 inches.
That's cool.
And I just, nice little tap in birdie. And I hadn't played with a boy in like 3 years. And he was like, oh my God, bro, you're really good. And I was like, yeah, I ended up shooting I was 10 over par,
Yeah.
which is like total fine day for me. Shot a 78 or a 68. Par there is 58.
Yeah.
So had a really good day. Played with an old guy named Kenny. He was a veteran of the Vietnam War, and he was there for both halves. I always make sure to ask which half they were there for, because the guys in the first half stole a bunch of jewels and got rich and had no PTSD, and the guys in the second half came back missing limbs and pieces of their head and shit. He was crew chief gunner on some fucking helicopter. I don't know. Anyways, he was a cool guy. Said I had a beautiful swing, and that if I'm ever in town again, I should hit him up to play. He gave me his number. And I was like, for sure. Hit you up in a fucking year.
Yeah.
Hopefully you're still alive.
Yeah, I did hit up Munger because Vegas is good for golf.
Yeah.
And he works at a golf course.
That he does.
So I was like, hey man,
Wolf Creek's also right around the corner.
I mean, if I go to,
$150 we can play Wolf Creek
I mean,
in the springtime.
shout out to Grandma. That's what I might use the money for, is the golf trip.
I also have an unused house in Henderson that we can use. It's about 15 minutes away from Raiders Stadium.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
I don't know how far that is to Vegas.
Add another 10 to it to the trip. Yeah.
Too easy.
Not far away. It's like a $30 Uber.
Yeah, I told Miller, I was like, because I was talking to both of them, and I was like, I'll stay at Miller's house and I'll hang out with you, Munger.
I'd probably do the same thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, California was fucking dope. I ate In-N-Out 5 times out of the 11 days I was there. It was really good. Fucked up my stomach. Gained 10 pounds while I was there. So I'm chilling about 260 right now. Shouldn't bed.
Yeah.
For vacation purposes. Hung out with a bunch of family. Had my grandpa's celebration of life. It was a really good time. Got to pick out a hat. This is from his hat collection. Little brother got the captain hat, so I took the first mate hat. Figured it was only right.
Yeah. I'm surprised you didn't get a lighter.
Travi has all of them.
Nice.
All of them.
That's dope.
And he told me I could have one, but I have no need for it.
Yeah.
So I told him to hold on to them, and I'd get one when I come back.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was a good time. It was fun seeing everybody. Nothing was weird. It was all just picked up right where we left back off. Just like, seeing old friends kind of.
Yeah.
It was dope. It was a good time. Yeah, other than that, I golfed 3 times when I was out there. Played Antelope Greens, played Diamond Oaks, and played Timber Creek. And I only shot really well at one of them. I played terribly at Timber Creek, and I played very okay at the other spot. It was the longest round of golf I had ever played in my entire life. They overbooked the course that day, which I was pretty upset about. To the point where we had 3 people, and they tried to put us with a twosome.
Gross.
And I was like, no. And
Yeah.
they're like, well, you're going to be waiting anyways. And then the guy showed up. He goes, oh, I don't have my other guy. And they're like, oh, see, you're good. And I was like, so you're telling me there's going to be a fucking 5-some and a 6-some in front of us?
Yeah.
And they're like, well, maybe you can just play through them, though. Nobody let us play through all day.
It's the worst.
Yeah. But everybody was backed up. There was at one point we were on top of like a hill, and we could see like the whole back 9 damn near. And there was 2 groups waiting on every tee box.
Right.
So we waited like a solid 10 minutes on every tee box at a minimum. So we had a tee time. It was an 11:10 tee time. We didn't tee off until noon. Didn't even get a cart till 11:30. We showed up at 10:30. Didn't even get out there. It took us 2 hours to get out there. So showed up at 10:30 and didn't end up leaving until right before 7. So I was out there for fucking, what's that, 9 hours?
That's wild.
Yeah, longest round of golf I've ever played in my whole fucking life, and it was hot as shit.
That's so wild.
Travi went with me, and he was sleepy as fuck for the last like 4 holes. And I was like, honestly, if it was at any other time and I was like living here, we would have left already, and I would have gotten a rain check for the back 9. It's like, fuck that, it took way too long. It took us 4.5 hours to get through 9.
That's wild.
Fucking insane.
That's a whole day golf.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We could have gotten 2 rounds in damn near.
Yeah.
Or at least 18 somewhere and 9 somewhere else in that time.
When I played that golf tournament, they double booked every single hole.
Stupid.
So
Stupid.
I was like, you could have just had a morning and afternoon tee time, and we would have got through the same and the same.
Yeah.
And then you just had together the winners, and then, oh, what about the raffle? Well, you have everybody bid, and then you give out, tell them to come pick it up somewhere else. But we were 6.5 hours in the pouring rain. Just pouring rain the whole time, and then my group was like, we're cold, and I was like, well, we're not in first place, so I didn't pay, so if you guys want to go, I'll go.
Yeah.
So I just went home and watched the rest of the Michigan game.
Kind of lame, but at least you got to watch the Michigan game.
Yeah, if I would have paid for it, it would have been different.
Oh yeah, I'm fully caught up on One Piece.
Oh yeah, huge announcement.
Yeah, huge announcement. It took me about 3.5, 4 years to fully catch up from constant watching. I took like a 6-month break a couple times,
Yeah.
but so realistically, probably closer to a 3-year mark of constant watching. But it was fantastic. I highly recommend it. I know it's a fucking grind, but it's totally worth it. And I'm super upset now that I am a week-to-week watcher and I can't just binge like 10 episodes and go to bed.
It's the worst, but best.
Yeah, no, it sucks, but I'm so happy I'm caught up.
Yeah.
And I was really fucking upset because I was gonna watch my first episode with Travi of being all caught up, and it was one of those bullshit fucking special episodes where they recap some shit that you just
Here's
watched.
some guys and their backstories that you know.
Yeah, dude, it was fucking dumb, and then they recap like the last major fight that literally just happened like 4 episodes ago. Like fucking stupid, bro. Like that just happened. We just saw that like last month. Like I don't need a recap of that. Just make me more anime, monkey boys.
Yeah.
I just want more shit.
Yeah.
Anyways, it's fucking great, fucking fantastic. I loved all of it. It was really good. Even the fillers. Like I watched every episode. Didn't skip shit except for the fucking recap episodes because they're dumb.
Yeah. I just fast forward and go, nothing looks new. And then...
Yep. But yeah, I was real upset because we were sitting there watching. We smoked a little weed. And I was like, dude, it's sick. We dapped up from like our chairs. And then it started up and it was fucking Jinbei and fucking Robin. And they were like, oh, in their little cartoon form. They're like, oh, we're going to talk about some weird shit that you already know. And me and Trav look at each other. We go, no.
Damn.
I was like, dude, that's such bullshit. And then we ended up grinding. Like we watched the entire first season of The Undead Unwanted Adventurer. Mm-hmm. And that shit's fantastic. That shit's pretty good. It's not like One Piece level, but for like a little short 12-episode watch, highly recommend that as well. Really good. Also caught up on Solo Leveling on the planes. Another really good show. They're kind of the same thing. So like Solo Leveling's like you watched all of it, right?
Yeah.
So Solo Leveling's like more of a futuristic video game, and Undead Unwanted is more of like a like RuneScape meets Elder Scrolls kind of game. And it's kind of cool. Like he kills the guy and then he like collects XP from it. And you can like physically see the XP enter his body. It's kind of cool seeing. I really like it. You should definitely watch it. Yeah, California was fun. Good time. I'll be moving there within the year. So you'll be, if you're watching this in a year from now and you're just binging JT Show episodes, I'm sorry that I'll be on Zoom.
We'll make it work.
We'll make it work. It'll happen.
It'll be my AJ Hawk.
Yeah. We'll just put the TV right here.
Yeah.
And it'll just be like my big old fucking head.
Yeah. And just be smoking cigars.
Yeah. No, it'll be a good time. It'll be a good time. Yeah. What else do I got fucking here?
In the time that you were in Cali, the Tigers not only successfully made it to the playoffs, but they won the wild card series against the Houston Astros.
That they did.
And
they did.
And right now, if you're watching live, the Tigers are up 3-2 in the top of the 7th.
Wow. Good thing you didn't cash out. What's the cash out now?
Not sure. I know the guy. I think the guy that I bet on, he got one of his 2 bases.
Oh. What inning is it?
Top of the 7th.
Oh, there's still some time.
There's still some time, but I don't believe that Jake Rogers has a hit yet. Excuse me, Tiger fans, for not watching it live, but we haven't podcasted in so long, and he just got back from his trip.
Yeah.
Let's see. Open bets. Damn, he doesn't have any bases, so I'm probably not going to.
Should have taken the 12er.
Yeah, should have taken the $2 profit.
Should have.
Oh well. Yeah.
Yeah, no, the last time I watched the Tigers play baseball, the A's were beating their ass.
Yeah. Which is hilarious.
Yeah, funny. The A's are fucking awful. They're going to be playing in Sacramento for the next year and a half, 2 years until their stadium's built, which I think is pretty cool. So I'm definitely going to go to a couple of Sacramento A's games next year, maybe buy a hat.
Yeah.
And then after that, I think I'm a fucking free agent for baseball because fuck them, they left.
You're just going to be a guy who watches baseball seldomly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, fuck them. And then if another team moves closer, fuck the Giants. I'm not going to be a Giants fan. Fuck those guys.
Yeah.
They haven't made good since fucking Tim Lincecum was it?
Yeah, and they beat the Tigers, so I hate them.
Yeah, fuck them. Fuck them. Fuck the Giants. Don't like them. There is a hurricane going on right now.
Yeah.
And there's a guy that went viral. They call him Lieutenant Dan. I don't know what his real name is, but he's an old, salty motherfucker, lives on a boat. Little monohull sailboat. Mm-hmm. and he tied his shit up in Tampa Bay, and he's alive and well. Last I checked, about an hour ago.
Yeah.
Lived through the storm, just like Lieutenant Dan and Forrest did. Anyways, so big controversy with him. So he went viral. Some dudes post on TikTok, this motherfucker's gonna stay in his boat for the whole storm. He didn't give a shit about anything. A bunch of cops came up. They're like, hey man, you gotta leave. Some guy offered him like $2,000 to go stay in a hotel room. I was like, dude, just come inside. He goes, no, fuck you, I'm staying with my boat. Aiden Ross found out about him and was like, hey man, you're live streaming your things, you're getting a bunch of shit. I want to offer you a kick partnership.
Yeah.
And he was going to offer him $50,000 a month to stream, and he had to stream, X amount of hours a day or whatever it was. 50,000 cash up front, like a bonus, and then he was going to pay $100,000 to get him a super nice fucking sailboat, like one that he can run himself, like way nicer than the little $10,000 one that he's got. And then Aiden Ross found out, like, not 12 hours after that, that this dude has a criminal record, and it's a pretty gnarly one.
Yeah.
I guess he abused, physically, not sexually, a 14-year-old, and got arrested for a bank robbery. That he like accepted the job on Craigslist or something back in the day, back when Craigslist was fucking Wild West.
Hilarious.
So yeah, Aiden Ross found out about that and then pulled his fucking deal, and everyone's bitching at Aiden Ross. They're like, dude, you should have done your due diligence before you offered him the thing.
Yeah.
And every one of the comments are like, bro, this guy lives on a sailboat in Florida. He's obviously a criminal.
Yeah.
Like, those guys aren't living there because they want to.
Yeah.
They're living there because that's their best option.
Mm-hmm.
Like, no shit, the guy that lives on a sailboat in Tampa, Florida is a fucking criminal.
Yeah.
Like, duh.
Yeah.
Like, you should have known that. Should have been seen that coming.
That's hilarious.
But, yeah, so everyone's all mad at Aiden Ross for not checking up, and they're all mad at him for not, sticking true to the deal that he offered him. He just pulled it like 12 hours later. He goes, no, fuck you.
That's hilarious.
Yeah.
Yeah, I heard whispers of Lieutenant Dan. I did see the boat. So I just thought, like, oh, some motherfucker must have waded the storm in his boat, and they're calling him Lieutenant Dan.
Yeah. So his nickname before even all this happened was Lieutenant Dan. Like,
Okay.
that's what they all called him, because he's just an old salty motherfucker on a boat.
Yeah.
And he just drinks on shore, goes to his boat, fucking kicks it, just anchors out like 3 miles offshore, and that's his fucking life.
I think my favorite thing about the hurricane was a legit news source was shooting some footage, not like during the hurricane, but before, when the waves were choppy, and the boat in the background, its name was BBC SEA, but BBC, and it was just floating, and all I could,
BBC.
I didn't even listen to the guy anymore. I just kept watching the BBC.
Watching that BBC float in the water.
Yeah, and I was just like, yeah, like, that's the funniest boat name.
Yeah, that's a really good one. I don't know what Lieutenant Dan's boat's name is. I know they all got goofy fucking names. But yeah, I thought that was funny. Shout out to our boys that are out there in Florida. Hopefully they're all safe and good. Apparently the Panhandle is fucking safe as long as you're not on the shoreline.
Yeah.
So
The Tampa Bay Stadium rooftop blew off.
like the Buck Stadium or the Tropicana Field.
Tropicana Field.
Yeah, Tropicana Field. Yeah, they're
And so, so it ripped off yesterday, and somebody on the Wikipedia page for Tropicana Stadium was like, "It's not a dome.
it's an open field now.
Yeah." And I was like, "Those motherfuckers was fast, dude."
Yeah.
Someone saw a motherfucker get ripped off on the news. They're like, "I gotta update Wikipedia."
That's crazy.
Yeah, they had fucking 90-mile-per-hour winds, just fucking sailing through, dude. It's the craziest.
I saw some people. They were testing some shit out because their shit just got fucked up last year by some hurricane or whatever, and so they were testing out like ways to like weatherproof or like stormproof their fucking windows and doors and shit. So they were spraying that foam spray on like a line of it all around the cracks in their windows and their slider doors and shit, and then they were spraying over the top of that with 2 or 3 coats of Flex Seal, and it fucking holds.
That's cool.
Held the storm out.
That's cool.
Fucking wild.
Yeah, I saw a bunch of clips of people in their homes when like water broke the windows.
Oh yeah,
and
scary.
It's so scary.
Yeah,
and like they're in like the water's like up above a desk by a window and then comes crashing in, and I was like, that's a lot of damage. But but there's one guy before his windows burst open, you saw this tiny mist of fucking water just keep coming through the window, like the window scenes.
Yeah.
I'm like, at least you know where your leaks are for the air. Like, that's where you're
you
losing
know,
a lot.
you know where your drafty windows are
Yeah,
at.
yeah, you got some drafty ass windows, dude. I mean, it's crazy.
Yeah, that's funny. I saw a clip of this one dude who came in and they went back to their house to like check on it or whatever, and there's like a foot of water, so they're like wading through the fucking water, and they go to open their door and they shine a flashlight in, and there's just this big fucking like 8-foot gator in their living room, and it turns and like hisses at them. They're like, "Oh fuck!" and they shut the door.
Yeah, dude, it was right there.
They're like, "Well, I guess one of those windows broke."
Yeah.
Like, how else did that motherfucker get in?
That's so wild, dude. Fucking
Crazy,
Florida,
dude.
Yeah, it's like the TikTok the other day of this dude in the shower. He's like, dude, I was just in the shower, and then I saw this spider next to this hole, and like next to his spigot head, there's just probably like a good 50-cent piece hole. And he's like, then their spider came out, and I was like, whoa, a spider, dude. And then I looked again, and there's a snake. And I was like, why are you living in that house, dude?
Oh, fuck all that, dude.
I would
Someone
think-
showed me a clip of, speaking of snake, this guy had to be fucking Florida, but he went in to get his oil changed, and they gave him his car back, and the guy went to open his door, and he saw this fucking orange and red tail sticking out of his door frame. So like he like opened the door this way, and then up in here there was a snake like coiled around the thing, and then up into the engine bay through one of the holes. Just living in his car,
That's wild.
in the fucking framework of his car. So we had to call someone to go out and fucking pull it out. It was alive too.
I wonder what kind of snake it was.
I don't know, orange and red and black. Doesn't sound like a friendly boy.
Yeah,
Most of the time, those bright colored snakes are not friendly.
he's either a friendly fellow or a deadly fellow, but I can never remember the rhyme
Oh,
correctly.
you got a shoe? Good shoe, buddy.
Got a croc, man. Brought you a croc. He said, look what I can do.
He'd be devastated if I threw it that time.
Yeah.
What else do I got? Oh yeah, fantasy football sucks this year.
No, it doesn't.
Yeah, it does. It's fucking awful.
I'm 5-0.
Chris McCaffrey, you son of a bitch! Why didn't you just tell people you weren't gonna play? They knew he wasn't gonna play.
Everyone's blaming the coach.
Yeah,
Everyone's saying that everyone should have a class action lawsuit against the coach.
they should, dude. That motherfucker should pay my dues this year.
Yeah.
Fuck that guy, man.
Yeah, he lied to the whole world.
Everybody, even the backup knew on Friday.
Yeah.
I would have liked to known then, because then I would have picked up the backup, because I would have fucking known.
Nobody would have had him.
Nobody would have had him.
Yeah.
It's so fucking lame, dude.
Yeah.
I hate fantasy football this year. I'm not taking that doll on the date, dude. I gotta win at least 3 games. Someone's gonna lose a bunch. Hopefully it's not me. Me and Moreno are fighting to the teeth right now.
I just got to win a few more games. I don't got to worry about it anymore.
Yeah, I know, you motherfucker.
It's not even.
And, all right, that's what we'll do. And then we'll do a 1-for-1 swap, Christian McCaffrey for Henry.
Okay.
And then I'll give him back to you after I'm clear.
Illusion.
No, we're not gonna do that.
Speaking of football, with all the memes go around every year, the Cardinals are playing really well. Good young team. But Kyler Murray signed a partnership with fucking Call of Duty.
About goddamn time, dude.
Yeah, so he said, "Thank you, fans, for all the memes. Now I got me a bag." And I was like, "Hell yeah, dude!" But Call of Duty comes out October 25th,
Sweet.
so that's what I'll be playing when you're not here.
I'll probably download it. We might get a night of gaming before I leave. I don't remember the exact day we're driving away. I think it's the night of the 26th.
You're driving.
We're driving, unfortunately.
Wild.
Yeah.
Taking the dogs?
Yep.
Wild.
Yep.
Crazy.
That chick Libby's going to be checking on the cat for us when we're gone.
Nice.
Yeah. That way Aaron and you don't have to fuck with them.
I mean, a cat you just go and feed every other day.
Yeah, I don't want you to have to deal with them, though.
Yeah.
Fuck that cat.
Yeah.
I do have a fun fucking football fact. So, Keanu Reeves in the late 90s did that football movie. Where he played quarterback.
Yeah.
So
The
apparently
replacements.
the replacements. So he did so well at his quarterback training camp that the Baltimore Ravens offered him a contract
Wow.
to play quarterback
Wild.
in 2000.
That's wild.
So he was real close to getting a Super Bowl ring
Wow.
because they won it that year.
That's super wild.
Yeah, crazy, right?
Yeah.
That would have been wild. But yeah, he played so well. He was such like an athlete during the quarterback camp that the Ravens were like, "Hey, dude, we'll fucking sign you to the practice squad and
Yeah.
come play with us for a little bit."
Yeah.
And he was like, "Nah, I'm gonna stick to acting."
Yeah. He was a hockey player, and then he signed like a 1-day contract for a big charity event where he played hockey, and I was just like, that's so cool.
He's one of the coolest motherfuckers in Hollywood.
Yeah.
He's like one of the nicest guys ever.
Rides the subway.
Yeah.
He's just chill.
Just a normal fucking guy, dude.
He just got that like he's got that aura of a famous person that can walk around like and people not recognize him. Like Adam Sandler walks through New York City all the time.
Oh yeah,
and people recognize him.
people recognize him sometimes, but if he's got like a hoodie on with some fucking shades, no one notices.
He just walks by, you'd never know.
Yeah, I saw a funny clip of what's the guy that played Tyrion Lannister? Little guy. What's his fucking name, dude?
Peter
Dinklage.
Peter Dinklage.
Pete Dinklage.
Yeah, it was Peter, but I was like,
yeah. So he was talking on, I think it was like a Barstool podcast, something like that, a couple years ago, and he was, they were asking him, they're like, so you can't hide from anybody? He goes, no, can't hide from anybody. He's like, I'll go out with like shades on and like a mask, and everyone's like, Tyrion? Like he just can't hide from shit. And he said there was one time he was walking around with a hoodie on and sunglasses all by himself in New York. And some dude stopped him, and they were like, hey, man, can I get a couple pictures and an autograph? And he's like, yeah, sure, why not? And he was like, fuck, man, I just can't hide from shit. And he looked over, and Matt Damon walks by him with sunglasses on and puts the sunglasses down and was just like, ugh, and just kept walking. And he was like, fucking Matt Damon's right there. But nobody noticed because he's just a normal-sized dude with sunglasses.
Damn, dude.
I think it's hilarious, dude. He's got no anonymity. He's just out.
Yeah.
He just can't do anything.
There's a good chance.
Yeah, there is. It's a very good chance.
Hey man, do you think that's Tyrion? Good chance.
The red-haired dude, about 3'11"? I think so.
Yeah.
It might be that guy, dude.
It might be him.
Is that Matt Damon? Nah, dude, it's just some blonde dude with glasses.
Yeah. So
But yeah, I think that's funny, dude. Matt Damon just walked right by and gave him the look like that. Sorry, dude. I'm gonna use you as cover and keep walking.
Yeah. That's so funny.
Yeah, I thought that was great, dude. Okay, that'd be hard to hide.
Yeah.
You can't. You feel like a famous little dude, like
it's like when like Yao Ming walked, like Yao Ming. Shaq
yeah, same thing with Shaq. Shaq can't hide for shit. I saw that there was a clip of Shaq. He was like, "Let's see how long it takes for someone to notice me." And he put on a fucking hoodie, and he gets out of his car, and he takes like 3 steps, and some guy goes, "Fucking Shaq!"
Yeah.
And he's like, "Oh shit, dude."
Yeah. Yeah, like dude, that dude's like 7'8" and very large. That Shaq.
Yeah, that's gotta be.
Yeah.
That's a pretty good chance.
It's pretty good chance.
There's like a 50-50 chance, dude. There ain't no way.
Yeah.
That's gotta be Shaq,
I mean,
bro.
I haven't met very many 7'10" people, so there's a really good chance.
And he's also like wide, like his shoulders are broad. He's built like a Mack truck. Like he's just a fucking tank.
I would just.
It's gotta be him. Him and Tyrion walking together, they're getting noticed by everybody.
It'd be like if you put 25 people in just silhouettes. You're like,
Those are the 2 people you get every time.
Every time. Tyrion, Shaq. All right.
Now work your way through the middle. I'll take my 2 out of 10.
Kobe Bryant. No. All right. Next. Kobe Bryant. No. Okay. It's never Kobe.
No, it's never Kobe.
Dude,
It's never Kobe.
I mean, like that's definitely.
Is there like another guy other than like Yao Ming and Tyrion? Like I guess Vern Troyer probably didn't get through too many places without people recognize him.
I'm trying to think of just super tall people that act and do stuff. You know.
I don't know. There was that one dude in the he was in the Addams Family, big tall goofy dude, played the Frankenstein looking guy.
Lurch.
Mm-hmm. He was in some scary movie I watched with Chris where
Hey, quit licking the couch.
they him and this guy and his wife went to like their lake house or whatever, and the guy went to like do some freaky shit with his wife and like handcuffed her to the bed, and then he had a heart attack and died. And then just like this big, tall, lengthy, creepy looking face motherfucker came in and like rubbed her thigh and then looked at her and then just like walked off. And then she finally got free and like called the cops and shit. She had to like stand trial because he killed a bunch of people. But she was like, I knew you were fucking real. And he looked at her and he's like, am I? And she like had another panic attack because, you know, she didn't even know if it was real. She was like delirious after 3 days being tied up, no food or water or anything like that. And he just like big old fucking 7-foot dude just like ducks underneath the door.
Yeah.
Slender as shit and just like barely touches her. And then she passed out.
That's wild.
But yeah, that guy probably didn't get away with shit.
Pineapple.
Pineapple, please.
One of my favorite memes of this day is it's just the caption is usually when you realize that she said that yes, the pizza is abusive and physical. and I'm just like, bro, and it's usually like an
Yes,
outrageous.
the pizza has a weapon.
Yes. And I'm just like, bro, I know it's not funny, but this is fucking.
Yeah, that's a
hilarious.
funny meme.
Yeah.
I saw there was a clip of a dude. He was one of the 911 operators in the South. You can hear it in his voice, but he got a phone call and he's like, 911, was your emergency? And she's like, yeah, I'd like to order a pizza. And he's like, you know, you called 911, right? She goes, yes. I would like an extra large pizza. And he goes, dude, this is the emergency line. Are you having an emergency? And she goes, yes, an extra large pizza, please. And he goes, bro, I don't know what to do. And someone overheard and he goes, oh! And then he's like, do you need assistance? And she goes, yes. And he goes, okay. And so that fucking idiot just didn't understand what the fuck was going on.
Yeah.
And he's like, bro, don't order a pizza on 911. Like, I'm surprised he didn't fucking hang up on her the way he was talking. He was being like super disrespectful and then was like super apologetic. He's like, I'm so sorry. Well, we'll get this taken care of. What's your address for the pizza order?
Yeah.
Like playing along with it.
Yeah.
I'd be scared as shit if I was like a chick getting abused and he's like, order us a fucking pizza. And I was like, 911, and can I order a pizza? They're like, this is 911. I'm like, yes. Pizza, please. And they're like, dude, call the pizza place. And they hang up. I'd be like, they weren't open. That'd be fucking awful, dude. Yeah. Go get me a hot and ready, bitch.
Yeah. He hates hot and readies. While you were gone too, a man, I believe it wasn't in Colorado, but it was in one of those states with a lot of land. He got federal wildlife charges because he got some sperm and a testicle from a Marco Polo sheep, which is the largest sheep in Europe, and he cloned it, and then he crossbred it with a Rocky Mountain sheep, and he was growing these giant fucking sheep for hunting purposes, and people were coming out and buying his sheep to like release and hunt because they were fucking huge on his farm. And he got 6 months in jail, and the judge said that's essentially, you shouldn't be messing with the creatures that are already on this earth like that.
Oh, but the ligers are fine.
Yeah. So I got like this huge, like, I started taking a deep dive because I was like, I gotta learn more about this guy. Not very exciting. He's just very smart. Wanted to make a big sheep for hunting. But I found this Russian dude, and it's probably fake. But he was trying to import. He calls himself the alchemist, essentially, and he wears like a gas mask, never shows his face in his videos.
Of course.
But he was
like any other
he was
criminal.
putting his sperm into an egg embryo, and he said that he successfully made a homunculus, half human, half fucking whatever, this little crazy worm-looking thing. And he said, oh no, acid's coming out, so he smashes it with like a book and kills it. And then this is all on like YouTube. And then and so he says that he did it again, and this thing is fucking huge now. And he says that it gives off an electrical current, and he can't figure out why. It could be all hearsay bullshit, but he's like, doesn't understand why, but he's powering a light that's over the tank with its own fucking electrical charge. And the thing is like a fucking baseball now.
Holy shit.
And it's just like this thing that like kind of moves like this. But then I think the thing that really threw me off, that I know it's fake, they're like, and then it grew an eyeball. And I was like, oh, so it just grows an eyeball. But he's explaining how he fed it like milk and bread for carbohydrates and protein.
Yeah.
And I was just like, I hope this isn't real, because the last thing we need is a motherfucking Russian alchemist making homunculus fucking baby children.
So that was the thing with, there was all those reports of like Hitler's secret fucking shit that he was doing, trying to make super soldiers and shit.
Fuck.
Apparently, Hitler was trying to make, I see the score there, rough.
Mm-hmm.
Hitler was trying to make a crossbreed between apes and humans.
Gross.
And I don't know if any of that's real, but apparently that's where they got the super soldier thing from for Captain America.
Yeah.
And like they had the whole, like the Germans won it and whatever, like the Americans perfected it, and that's why they were trying to swoop it.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, there was all these reports, and apparently there's like these pictures, and they had a couple of them grow to like a year old, but they weren't like old enough to be fucking soldiers yet. They were just like little fucking monkey human babies.
That's wild.
Yeah, I guess I always got a little monkey thing going, huh?
Yeah.
Always. But There's got to be some shit out there that you can do. I mean, apes are probably the closest, like chimps are the closest thing to us.
I think pigs are.
I think pigs are?
That's because we can have like pig hearts, and I like pig. I think pigs are like.
I think the organs are closer, but
Yeah.
I feel like if you're going to breed them, I think if we could breed with pigs, there'd be a bunch of those out, out in the south.
Yeah. So chimpanzees and bonobos.
Bonobos.
Bonobos. Yeah. Is that a monkey?
Yeah.
Oh.
The little monkey.
Yeah. That. Yeah. Yeah. Chimpanzees and
little monkeys.
Yeah. And little monkeys. Yeah.
That's how with going back to the sheep thing, you know those giant hogs that are out there in the wilderness?
Mm-hmm.
So the reason why those motherfuckers are so big is because that's like a mixed breed between a hog and like the big fucking pink fat pigs that people farm with.
Well, those are so if you take the big fat pink pigs and you release it into the wild,
Yeah.
it'll undomesticate itself.
Yes.
And it will turn into that.
But the reason why those hogs got so big is because of that.
Yeah.
Yeah, because the original hogs, like the ones that people like the big furry ones with the tusks and shit, they're not supposed to get fucking 800 pounds.
Yeah.
They're not supposed to. They're supposed to get like 200 pounds and like cap out. But the reason why they have those big fucking giant ones is that's the offsprings of the fucking big old pink boys that got out and started breeding with all the other hogs.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think that's crazy. There was a picture of a dude. It was like the heaviest fucking hog ever fucking captured, and it was like 1,200 pounds or something like that. Some big motherfucker. And it turns out that's what it was. It was the second generation of a hog that had gotten, or a pig that had gotten loose and bred with a hog.
Wow.
So they just get fucking massive. So that's why there's all those giant fucking hogs running around the south.
Yeah, I saw that like probably less than 10 years ago. A kid shot like a 600 or 800 pound pig, and I was like,
Yeah.
what do you even do with that?
They fucking eat it.
It's a lot of pig.
It's a lot of pig meat, dude.
Yeah.
Special guest this week,
Yeah, Maggie's in the house
Maggie the Magnificent.
just for a week. Wanted to make her debut on the podcast. You're always on the podcast, or
Yeah, you're always here.
but
Here's
yeah,
your shoe bag.
that sheep thing was fucking wild.
Yeah, sheep thing's crazy. I didn't even know you could do that. Did you ever hear about? I know we talked about it on the podcast before. I guess there was the guy that was trying to crossbreed dogs and glowfish, or not glowfish, but like jellyfish. And he got it to the point he was like injecting the jellyfish shit into these like mastiffs. So he was trying to figure out a way to make dogs live like forever. So you could have like the perfect animal that was like docile towards children, protective of its land. Like he was trying to make like the perfect fucking house dog.
Yeah.
But to do that, he was trying to see how much he could fuck with their genes before like completely ruining them. And so I think this was like four years ago. I looked this up, and he got it to the point to where he would like fucking jack off these dogs and get their sperm after he had been injecting them for a while, and like 50% of the sperm he could see were like glow in the dark.
Wild.
Yeah, so I don't know how far he made it into it, but he was trying to make these dogs like like the Argentinian Mastiff, that the white dogs that were like bred for fucking hog hunting.
Yeah.
And they wear like the fucking armor, and they look like giant white fucking pit bulls.
Yeah.
So those are a mix between like 12 other animals, and they were bred specifically, or not other animals, but other dogs. They're bred specifically for hog hunting. Like they have like Great Dane in them. There's German Shepherd in them. There's Mastiff in them. There's Pit Bull in them. There's just like a bunch of shit in them just to make them these big, beefy, fangy motherfuckers. So he was trying to do the same thing, but he was trying to like elongate their lives. So he had like some Labrador in him. He had Mastiff. He had just like a bunch of things. Like, because the traits he wanted them to live to be like 40, 50 years old. He wanted them to be like super gentle towards children, super protective towards its like pack or whatever, towards like its people. And then also like a bigger breed so it could like do like some like yard shit too, like herd sheep and shit. So that was like his end goal. I don't know if he made it past the glow in the dark thing, because he wanted to do it with the glowfish first, because he wanted to see if he could make a dog that you could like see at nighttime. Like it's just walking around glowing in the dark.
Right.
It'd be kind of fucking sick.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. The last time I looked, he had the sperm glowing, but I don't know if the fucking dogs are glowing yet. Which I guess it'd be about fucking time to have some cool looking shit if he could do it. So I'll do a deep dive on that. I'll get back to you guys next week.
They glow in the dark, but you gotta shave it.
That might be it. That
Yeah.
might be it.
Yeah.
It might have that glow in the dark skin, or like maybe its eyes are just like fucking.
That'd be wild.
That'd be pretty crazy.
That'd be scary.
Yeah, yeah. I watched the whole like little bullshit documentary on him. He was out in fucking somewhere weird, like the Appalachian Mountains or something.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know where.
Yeah.
I'll have to look him up. I'll have a whole write up for him next week. We'll go over it.
Sick.
But yeah. What else do I got? Oh, there is a fucking. Speaking of sports, there's a fucking golf thing going on. Oh shit! If we go outside right now, we can see the Northern Lights. Chris just sent me that from our backyard.
You can kind of see them, yeah.
I mean, yeah, they're there.
Yeah.
Like it's fucking pink and streaky. Like you definitely see them. They're not as crazy as it was at the fucking at the lake house. Oh yeah, that was another thing from the trip. We were on the plane ride home, and you could see the aurora borealis, or whatever the real term is for the northern lights. But you could see it from the side of the plane, and it just so happened to be the left side of the plane that we were sitting on. And so we like turned off her reading light and went to go take a picture, but we were only getting like reflection from the window from the person in front of us. And I asked her if she could shut off her light for a second. She said no, she's really into her book. And I was like, oh, okay. And I was sitting in the aisle seat, or not the aisle seat, but the window seat where there's nothing in front of me, like the exit row. And she was like right here. So I stood up and went like this and like completely blocked out her light and like stuck my ass in her face so I could like block out the light. And Chris got some really good pictures. I'll send them to you so you can put them up on the pod, but you can like clearly see like the streaky northern fucking lights.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, this is cool that you got to see them without us taking a trip to fucking Alaska. Like that's pretty dope. Like, and then I looked at her, I was like, nowhere near as cool as it was the lake house.
Yeah.
The lake house shit was just fucking.
Yeah.
And it was only there for like 20 minutes. It just so happened to be the 20 minutes that I was like, I'm gonna go outside and smoke a cigarette. And then I walked outside to smoke a cigarette, and you were like, whoa! And I was like, what? Whoa!
I was like, man, I'm tripping. Oh, I'm not tripping.
Yeah, and then someone looked it up, and it like the next day, and it just so happened to be the one night that there was some weird solar flares, so it was visible like all the way down in Ohio.
Yeah.
Like I'm sure in the UP they got some crazy shit.
Yeah,
but,
you can
like,
see them like regularly in the UP on some really nice nights.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Not very often.
Not like that.
No.
That was crazy, dude. Those green lights were coming all the way down to the fucking water. It was crazy.
Yeah, it was nice.
Anyways, speaking of golf, I found out that there is a legitimate fall golf rule for leaves. So it is rule F-14. At certain times of the year, piles of loose impediments such as leaves, seeds, or acorns may make it difficult for a player to find or play his or her ball. A committee can choose to treat such piles of loose impediments in the general area or in a bunker as ground under repair, which free relief is allowed under Rule 16.1. So, our fucking fall rule is a real rule. So you can go out and just have a free drop. Can't find your ball, you know it landed in this general area, but you can't find it because there's a bunch of fucking leaves all over the place. You can just get a fucking ground under repair rule.
Nice.
And it's the same thing, even if you find your ball, but there's a bunch of leaves around it and you don't want to move them, you get a ground under repair, you can move it to the next closest patch.
That's sick.
No closer to the fucking pin, obviously. But,
Yeah, of course.
yeah. I thought that was pretty cool. I saw that and I was like, fuck yeah, man.
They're like, oh, well, there's leaves everywhere except for the green.
Yeah. Whoops. You have to put it back on the tee box. That's the closest fucking patch. Not just play from the leaves.
Yeah, I'll just hit it. I'll take the sacrifice.
Yeah, fuck it. But yeah, I thought that was pretty cool. Also, one other fucking cool thing. So Kurt Cobain's daughter and Tony Hawk's son are married.
Did not know that.
Yes, they are married. It's Riley Hawk and whatever the fuck her name is. They just had their first child.
Cool.
So this kid's grandparents, Tony Hawk and Kurt Cobain, coolest grandparents you can possibly fucking have. Well, yeah. But they named him Ronan Cobain Hawk.
That's cool.
So it's got like both the last names.
Yeah.
That's fucking sick.
Yeah, that's cool.
Like you couldn't have like a cooler lineage.
Yeah.
Like you're.
Dude, what's your name like that? Oh, my grandpa's Tony Hawk.
My grandpa is like the grandfather of skateboarding and the grandfather of grunge rock.
Yeah.
Like two of the coolest fucking dudes on the planet. Like that's crazy.
Yeah.
What a sick fucking mashup.
He's gonna live the best life of playing guitar and skateboarding.
I saw a video of this guy talking about it. The amount of pressure on this infant to be the coolest fucking kid in the world is insane.
Yeah.
Like, this kid cannot play D&D and computer games.
No.
Can't. He has to shred on the guitar and he has to shred on the skateboard. If he does anything other than that, people are going to be pissed.
Yeah.
Like, nobody's going to like this kid if he doesn't skateboard and he's not good at the guitar.
Yeah, like, why is he playing basketball?
Yeah, like, dude, get that kid off the football field. Throw a board under him.
Yeah.
What are you doing?
Yeah, what are you
throw
doing?
a pick in his hand.
You're
Come on.
You're wasting your talent.
Yeah, what are you doing?
It's like, I just threw 400 yards. Yeah, I bet you could do it.
All right, so that's the only way that works out.
Yeah.
Is if he's like a quarterback like Arch Manning and like comes through and plays for, you know, whoever the fuck he plays for Texas, plays for Bama, plays for USC.
This is him pre-game, and he's just on a guitar doing ollies.
Kickflip.
That's not allowed, actually.
The back of his jersey would look sick though. Cobain hawk. Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
That'd be real cool.
Yeah, that would be dope as shit.
I have you might have heard it when I was playing it, so I could write it down. Chauncey Billups has a overall positive record against all three GOATs that people argue about in the NBA.
Oh yeah.
So he has
the GOAT killer.
So out of playing all three GOATs, Michael Jordan, LeBron James, Kobe Bryant, for most people's top threes, he had an overall record against Kobe 24 and 21, had an overall record against LeBron James 22 and 17. And had an overall record against Michael Jordan of 6 and 4. Now, the only thing I haven't done the research on is how many of those wins were on the Wizards.
Oh, yeah, that means something.
That might be 2 or 3.
That means something.
Yeah, and how many of those wins were on the Bulls? So that's the only thing that I have to.
The differential, he won a lot less games against Jordan than those other guys, but that might be an Eras thing.
Yeah.
Which might also go into the Wizards thing as well. But also in like LeBron's thing, LeBron's fucking 40 years old and still playing great basketball.
Still.
But he doesn't fucking drink and smoke cigars in between games.
No, not always.
Yeah.
Sometimes he does. Only when he's at Diddy's party.
Imagine if there was like a Jordan type player now that took care of himself like Tom Brady did.
They just had that basketball show come out too. On Netflix.
Oh yeah, I watched the first couple episodes of it.
Yeah, and like everyone was raving over Ant's entrance to the show, and I was like, that was a pretty dope.
And then Jimmy Butler's entrance was the emo Butler.
Yeah,
so that was his real hair.
That's wild.
They pulled it out and straightened it.
Oh,
so he had like a little fro go.
Yeah,
like you know he's had like cornrows and shit.
Yeah,
they just pulled his hair out and straightened it because he's got like the super curly black dude hair.
Yeah.
What was his hair? They didn't add anything to it.
I thought it was a wig.
No.
That's wild.
They fucking straightened his hair. He had it for like 3 days.
That's wild.
And then he got it fucking cornrowed or something after that. I don't remember what it was, but
yeah,
that was his real fucking hair.
That's wild.
Crazy.
Did not know that.
I didn't know that either. I was watching it and I looked up and I saw him in the chair and they had like half his fro out and the other half was fucking going. And I saw the lady with the fucking straightener. She was like, whoop. I was like, what the fuck, dude?
That's wild.
It goes back to that military thing, dude. The fucking 1.25 inch in bulk, you son of a bitch, not length.
Yeah. That's so funny.
Yeah. Yeah, I thought that was cool, though. I'm watching a bunch of weird shit. I'm all caught up on One Piece, so I got like nothing. I feel like my life's just empty.
It's hard
to catch.
Yeah. It's hard when that happens.
Do we got anything else? Oh, yeah, the Burger King thing. I was going to tell you. So Burger King did an ad campaign where they had fuck, where did it go? They did you know how there was the little girl that did a science project in the 90s and it was like how long does it take McDonald's to fucking mold?
Mm-hmm.
And it was like 5 years ago and the dad still has the project and it hasn't fucking molded yet.
Yeah, like
it still looks like a normal fucking burger.
Yeah.
So fucking Burger King put out an ad campaign. It's the first ad campaign ever of a moldy burger. And they posted their burger after a month of just chilling.
Mm-hmm.
And it's the fucking moldy burger.
Yeah, wow. That's wild. Yeah.
But yeah, I just thought it was crazy. And they have like a whole video. They have like a time-lapse video of it, of them like building the burger. And then just over a month or whatever, what's it say? Over 28 days, it just fucking starts sogging, starts losing some fucking mayo, and then it starts growing some fucking mold.
Wow.
And McDonald's burgers don't fucking do that,
Yeah.
which I think is crazy.
Super crazy.
Super preserved, and Burger King's better than McDonald's.
Yeah.
Because of the moldy burger.
That's funny.
So their sales went up like 30%.
That's wild.
After they did that.
Wow.
Which makes a lot of sense.
Good for Burger King.
Good for Burger King, dude. The king of burgers strikes again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
With a moldy burger.
Moldy burgers.
Goddamn.
I'd rather have a moldy burger than a burger that hasn't molded in 40 years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's that doing in here?
Nothing good. Nothing fucking good, dude.
No.
Yeah. I don't know. It makes me think though, what if it's not really a moldy burger? What if they just planted some fucking shit that would mold up?
Or they're like mayo's in there. That'll mold up.
Yeah. What if, oh yeah, maybe. Because McDonald's burgers don't have fucking mayo on them.
No.
Not the one that she had. She just had a double cheeseburger with ketchup.
Yeah, what we'll have to do is get just a plain Whopper.
Plain Whopper.
And then,
nothing on it. And then we'll just
have it sitting in that room.
somewhere we don't have to look at it every day.
Yeah.
Oh man, yeah, we'll do our own fucking experiment. Burger King, we don't trust you, bro.
No.
We don't trust you.
No, I don't. I don't.
Man, I didn't even think of that.
Yeah.
Before I brought it up, I didn't even think of that.
Yeah.
I was telling everyone at the reunion, I was like, yeah, fuck McDonald's, dude. Burger King's the way to go.
like, we eat it in and out. You're like, you're right. You're right.
In-N-Out's got a mold, dude. I don't know. Even if it doesn't, I'm still gonna eat it.
Yeah.
In-N-Out's so fucking good, dude.
Yeah.
I had like probably 8 spread packets the whole time I was there. And my brother was like, aren't you gonna take some home? And I was like, I'll be back. I don't need any more spread, dude.
Yeah.
I drank a fucking pint of it when I was home.
Yeah. That's hilarious.
Shit was so good, dude. I did one double with 2 extra spread packets. I opened up the top of it, put an extra spread on there, and then every bite is a little.
It's wild.
So fucking good, dude.
It's a lot of spread.
So good. I told the story to everybody about your first time, or not first time eating it, but the first time you eaten it forever.
Mm-hmm.
And I picked you up from the airport. We got real high in the parking lot. You went in, and by the time I finished my animal fry, you were done with your animal fry, your 2 burgers, and you were working on your shake. Mm-hmm. And I looked at you and I was like, ah. You're like, I'm really high. It's delicious.
It's true.
It is fucking delicious.
Yeah. And that's California weed.
And if you haven't got a chance, because I know fucking Earl, sometimes you watch this shit. I know you weren't huge on it, but it's because you're not a fucking sauce guy, and you gotta be a sauce guy. You can't, because I talked to Scotty about it. Scotty's not a sauce guy. He gets his without the sauce. I'm like, what's the fucking point? You might as well be at McDonald's.
Yeah.
Like, I know it's like fresh shit. If you don't get it with the sauce, it's just a burger.
Mm-hmm.
It's not In-N-Out. It's just a burger.
Yeah.
Like, you can make the same shit at home. Don't go to In-N-Out.
Right.
But if you like sauce, you get extra sauce. Get the extra, you order your burger, and when you go pick it up, you're like, hey, can I get an extra spread packet? And they'll be like, yep. And they give you the spread packet and just fucking slather that shit on there. So good.
I just like the normal amount.
Yeah, dude, it's so much better, dude.
I can tell.
It's so good. I'm a saucy boy.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's all I got.
All right. Well, hey, thanks for tuning in. So we'll be streaming later tonight.
Yep, 100%. We have the big game.
The big game.
The big
Ultra
game
Academy.
tonight. Ultra Academy versus Allied Shinobi Forces. Tune in.
Second game of the series.
Second game of the series. I'm 1-0.